All Entertainment Network.
From Hollywood, it's everybody's game of strategy, knowledge, and fun. It's Tic Tac Dough. And now, here's our host, Martindale.
Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to our show. Delighted to have you with us. Another great audience. We're lucky we have nothing but good audiences here. Extremely good taste in what you want to watch here in this studio. Thank you for being with us, and thank you, too. Here's our current champion.
Our current champion, whose winnings total in cash and prizes $5,450, is a former football coach who is now attending law school. Meet Bill Moon. And his opponent. She's an executive secretary for a medical clinic whose interests include running, cooking, and the Russian language. Meet Kathy Greenwalt.
Kathy Greenwalt, how'd you get interested in the Russian language?
I learned the Russian language when I was in the Army.
Whose Army?
Our Army,
Okay.
United States Army.
United States
I
Army?
went to the language school in Monterey.
And you learned the language there?
I did.
And it's not often that we get someone on this show who speaks Russian. I don't know. Maybe we've had one person in the past who could speak. Could you say a few words for us?
Sure, I'd be glad to. Let me think.
I'll do it slowly for you, because I want to see if I can repeat it.
Oh, okay. I want to think of something really appropriate. Я очень хочу играть по Tic Tac Dough.
Say that again.
Я очень хочу играть по Tic Tac Dough.
I can't repeat it, but I did recognize Tic Tac Dough, which I'm brilliant. I'm brilliant. You notice how fast I picked that up. What does that mean?
That means I very much want to play Tic Tac Dough.
Well, we very much want you to play, don't we? Huh? Good luck. Nice to have you with us, Kathy Greenwalt. Bill Moon. Bill, you really look like an attorney today. You got the sincere suit on.
Got it out of the closet.
One of two things. You're either a very sincere banker or a very, very good attorney. Got it out of the sincere closet?
Right.
Bill Moon, former football coach, now going to law school. How many more years, how much longer before we hang up the shingle, and where is it going to be?
I have a year and a half before I complete law school at Pepperdine, and as to where, I probably want to organize myself right here in Southern California.
And what kind of law are you going to practice?
I'm leaning towards criminal law right now.
And you've won on Tic Tac Dough $5,450. Good luck. Let's play again. Thank you. Here we go. We got a champion and a Greenwalt. So let's take a look at our board now and see what categories you folks are going to have to deal with. We're building our questions around these subjects: football, clothes style, news of the 80s, television stars, general science, famous lovers, nicknames. You notice the jump-in category. Pick that one, and I'll read the question to both of you, and whoever pushes the buzzer gets the chance to answer the question. Take a letter. There they are, 9 subjects. Bill, if you'll begin, we're ready for you.
Well, there's a compulsory category up there for me, Wink, in the upper left-hand corner, football.
Yeah, I got to tell everybody that obviously you, having been a football coach, we had no idea that when those subjects were picked for this game that we'd have somebody that used to be in football on the show. But football is the subject. Bill, here's your question. In 1982, UCLA decided to play their home football games in this well-known stadium in Pasadena. I want you to name it.
At the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
That is correct. The Rose Bowl, Pasadena, California. Football gets the next. $200 in the pot. All righty, Kathy.
Oh, Wink.
Yes,
I'm
Kathy.
going to go for it. I'm going to go for the center square football, which is not my favorite
Don't
category.
tell me you're a former football coach, too.
No,
All right,
I don't
Kath.
look like one, do I?
Here you certainly don't. In his first, sit down, guys. In his first 9 years in the NFL, this famous running back set 10 league records. In 1973, he set the record for most yards gained in a season. He led the league in rushing 4 times. I want you to first name him, Kathy, and then name either of the 2 NFL teams for which he played. Think about it for a few seconds. In his first 9 years in the NFL, this famous running back set 10 league records. In 73, he set the record for most yards gained in a season, and he led the league in rushing 4 times. Kathy, name him.
Oh, I wish I could.
Take a guess.
But I just can't.
It's O.J. Simpson.
Oh.
O.J. Simpson, who used to play at the University of Southern California, went on to play for Buffalo. And also, he finished up his career playing for the San Francisco 49ers. So Buffalo Bills or 49ers would have been the correct answer for part 2. So we move the categories around. $200 in the pot. Bill, back to you. Select, please.
Let's go with general science in the bottom right, Wink.
All right, here's your question on general science. Bill, these huge masses of ice, which can be as much as 10,000 feet thick, move slowly over the land, reshaping its features as they go. Their name comes from the Latin word for ice. Name them.
Glaciers, Wink.
Right. We have in mind glaciers, and you got it correct. Correctly answered. Put the next there in general science. We shuffle. Kathy, you need to know if they're somewhere. $400 in the pot.
Okay, I'm back in the center for a block.
TV stars?
stars.
In the center for a diagonal block. Take a look at this picture, Kathy. Here are the stars of one of television's most popular sitcoms. First, name the sitcom, and then name any one of the actors. I'll give you a few seconds to study the picture. Three stars of one of television's most popular sitcoms, Kathy. Name the situation comedy.
Three's Company.
Right. Name any one of the three actors. Oh, Kathy. John Ritter, Priscilla Barnes, or Joyce DeWitt. Any one of those three would have given you that center box for a diagonal block. Still two X's on the board. In the pot, $400. What's going to happen? Anything can still happen. We'll find out what when we come back in a moment. Back to the game of Tic Tac Dough between Bill and Kathy. We shuffle the categories. Bill, your turn. Another round, $400 in the pot. Select.
Well, the two categories I've already taken are in the best position, but we'll go with football, Wink.
Okay, football, top right corner of the board. Here's your question, Bill. In 1982, football coach Bear Bryant accomplished his 315th coaching victory, making him the winningest coach in college football history. Name the Southern University where Bryant accomplished this feat.
He coached at Alabama.
Right, the University of Alabama. Football. Gets the next. Three X's, no O's on the board. Let's shuffle again. All right, Kathy.
Well, he's got me coming and going. Let's see, I'll try to take a letter for a vertical block.
Okay, for a vertical block, Kathy, answer this. Your letter is P. P. This word describes a person who journeys a long distance to some sacred place as an act of devotion. It's also used to describe a certain type of early American settler. For a vertical block, name it.
A pilgrim.
Yes, pilgrim is the answer. The letter P. Pilgrim the word. Take a letter, gets an O for a vertical block. We shuffle again. $800 in the pot. Okay, Bill.
Wink, we'll go with the jump-in category.
Okay, the jump-in category for a horizontal block up there. Now, I'll read this jump-in question to both of you. Whoever buzzes in first gets the chance to answer the question. Get it right, Bill, and you will have Tic Tac Dough, $1,000 in cash added to your prior winnings. That would give you $6,450. Kathy, if you buzz first and answer the question correctly, you will have a successful horizontal block. This is the question. Both of you put your hands on the buzzers. In 1976, these two funny men, Bill. I'm
Laurel
sorry.
and Hardy.
No, Laurel and Hardy is not the answer. I'm sorry. You did hit the buzzer, and so it did go off. So I will ask Kathy to answer the question. Kathy, if you answer this correctly, you will have a block horizontally. In 1976, these two funny men teamed up for the film Silver Streak. That film was such a hit that in 1980, they teamed up again to star in the film Stir Crazy. One of them is Richard Pryor. For a block, name the other.
Gene Wilder.
You have the block. So we put an O there. 4 boxes remain, and we shuffle the categories around. And Kathy, it is your turn. Select, please.
Okay, I will take famous lovers in the lower left-hand corner.
Okay, here's your question, Kathy. This 16th century British king had 6 wives, including Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, and Jane Seymour. Name him.
Well, for what it's worth, Henry VIII.
That is correct. Famous lovers. Put an O there, and 3 boxes left on the board. We shuffle again. In the pot, $1,200. Bill, your turn.
Well, I just dodged a bullet. We'll go with the middle category, nicknames.
Bill, if you answer the question correctly on nicknames, you'll have Tic Tac Dough. You'll pick up $1,500 in cash. Added to your prior winnings, you'd have a total then of $6,950. I'll give you the nicknames of 2 states known for their beautiful forests, and you name them. This northwestern state is known as the Evergreen State. It's also the only state named for a president. This New England state is nicknamed the Pine Tree State. It's also the only state with a 1-syllable name. Think about those for a few seconds. Bill, this northwestern state is known as the Evergreen State. It's also the only state named for a president. What is it?
That's Washington, Wink.
That's correct. Now, answer this question correctly, part 2 of the question, and you'll have $6,950. This New England state is nicknamed the Pine Tree State. It is also the only state with a one-syllable name.
Vermont.
No, that's 2 syllables,
I know.
Bill. Try M-A-I-N-E. Maine.
Well, it's been a good time.
One of our most northernmost New England states. So, Kathy, saved by the state of Maine. Don't forget that now. Go to Maine sometime and enjoy yourself. 3 boxes left. We shuffle the categories. $1,200 in the pot. Kathy, select.
This time I will go for the center. Closed style to block.
I will let that happen twice. All right, Kathy, for a diagonal block, I'll describe 2 types of women's foundation garments which were once common, and you name them. First, this type of close-fitting inner garment was stiffened with whalebone and was tightened by lacing. Secondly, this type of cushion or framework was worn under the back of a dress to show the dress's full cut. Think about those for a few seconds. Kathy, 2 types of women's foundation garments. This type of close-fitting inner garment was stiffened with whalebone and was tightened by lacing.
A corset?
Yes. This type of cushion or framework was worn under the back of a dress to show the dress's full cut. Answer that, and you'll have a diagonal block.
A bustle?
You got it. That's it. And you have the block. In closed style. Replace an O. We're down to 2 boxes on the board. $1,500 in the pot, and we shuffle. Bill?
Now the shoe's on the other foot. We'll go with general science.
First time you've had to be on the defensive, I believe, in this whole game. Bill, for a block, stratus, cirrus, and cumulus are all forms of this meteorological phenomenon. For a block, name it.
Clouds.
Right, clouds. The answer. Good for a block, and we place an X there. And we're down to 1 box, $1,700 in the pot. Kathy, it's going to be yours. Let's see what it is. The subject is TV stars. Answer this correctly, Kathy, and you will have Tic Tac Dough vertically. That would give you $1,900 in cash and the championship. Take a look at this picture. Here are 3 of the stars of a popular dramatic series which was based on a hit movie. For Tic Tac Dough and $1,900, name the series.
Fame.
You win.
Good job. Well, it had to come out. I had football too many times.
I got to tell you, that is one of the most unusual games of tic-tac-toe I have ever seen in my life, and I have seen a few games on this show. Kathy had a chance to block diagonally. She went for the bottom left corner of the board, and that could have been her undoing, but then Bill turned around and missed the center box, and so Kathy had another chance, and you didn't waste it, Kathy. You came out winners, picked up $1,900, and you become our new champion, and I once again congratulate you. They may call that backing in, but you won anyway. Bill, you've been a good champion, and you leave us with $5,450, and my very best to you in your career of law.
Thank you very much, Wayne.
We'll be back in just a moment. Kathy Greenwalt said during that break, have you ever seen anybody miss as many questions as I did and still be here as the champion? I said, not too often. But Kathy, luck was with you, and let's see if it stays with you as you play the dragon. Come on over. How you got here, So welcome.
Thank you.
Here we go. Behind these numbers are various amounts of money, a tick attack, and as always, oh, get out of here. Reach $1,000 or more, get the tick and the tack, and here is what you're going to win. Listen.
Kathy, you'll find life will be easier with a push of a button when you have these gifts. First, Kathy, preparing gourmet meals is as easy as pushing a button when that button sets off your microwave oven. For the broadest range in cooking, a Gibson microwave oven featuring touch master control and temperature sensor cooking probe for quick defrosting to complete meals quickly and efficiently. Then don't worry about phone calls disturbing you. Just push the automatic pickup button on your telephone answering machine. Record a call remote 575 telephone answering system plays back your messages from anywhere in the world with a push of a button. Features call screening and rings adjust from Record a Call. And finally, Kathy, record your favorite TV programs with the push of a button on this gift worth over $1,400. It's a home video recorder. From Akai Video, a state-of-the-art stereophonic home video unit with VHS format featuring 4 heads for optimum performance at all speeds. Akai, known the world over for fine home entertainment products. This push-of-a-button package is worth in cash and prizes over $3,250.
Anything in that package you want?
Oh, I want it all.
All right, avoid the dragon. You lose it all. Get the tick and the tag, and you automatically get the dough. Let's move them around. Cover them up. Anybody in the audience representing little old you?
No, I'm all by myself. You need some
Kathy's
help.
all by herself. She needs some help, so give her some help.
Okay. I think I'll go with the center, 5.
All right, number 5. Somebody says 5. Several people say 5. Maybe they know more than we do, Kathy. $400 worth. Yeah, all right. A lot of threes. All right, from 5 to 3. To add to $400 with 6. So tackle 6 points.
2.
Numero 2. All right, let's look at 2 to go with $400. 100. 500 more or sack. And you got the prize package. Numero 1. Number 1. Lining them up horizontally. Taking care of the top row. Another 250. So you need tackles, $250.
Okay.
250 more.
I'll take 7.
Number 7 for $250 or tax to give her the prizes. She's won them. Yes, yes, yes. I congratulate you, mademoiselle. Let's look at the rest of the board. Kathy, had you called out number 6, the dragon would have caught you. Cold-handed. You have, for your little self, including the prize package, a total of $5,400 cash and merchandise. Good beginning. And although it took some luck to get to this point, maybe things will turn out even better for you in the next game. Go over there, Kathy, and let's see who has the audacity to come out here and take on this lucky lady.
He's an efficiency expert whose interests include the movies, snorkeling, and camping. Meet Sam Coco.
Sam, say hello to Kathy there. She holds out her pretty hand to shake hands. I guess every office in the world has had at some time or other an efficiency expert show up to see what's wrong. How come we can't be more efficient in this office? We've had them come by the show here, as a matter of fact. We always run them off. Sam, tell me a little bit about being an efficiency expert.
Well, Wink, I work for a large food manufacturing company that's international, and I travel around to their different locations around the world and just try to make suggestions to help them make more money.
Where do you travel?
You name it, I've probably been there. Europe, Africa, Asia, just about the only place I haven't been is the South Pole.
For a guy who has traveled almost everywhere, where's your favorite place to travel? Where do you like to go?
Well, I really like them all. Europe is great for sightseeing and shopping. Asia is good because the way they live is so different from us. But my favorite place, really, honestly, is right here in the USA.
Well, hey, that's nice. I'll go along with that. As long as we have you right here for Tic Tac Dough, and while we got you cornered, let's play a little game of the show, okay?
Sounds good.
Kathy, Sam, take a look at the subjects. You're dealing with numero 1, young stars, maps of states, opera, country music, villains, heroes. Opponent's choice. If you select that category, your opponent will get to decide the subject of the question you'll face. Famous couples, there they are. Kathy?
I think I'll go with the center, country music.
Okay, here's your question, Kathy, a two-parter. Many country stars have unusual nicknames. I'll give you the nicknames of a couple of country artists, and you name them. First, the artist whose nickname is the Silver Fox and whose hits include The Most Beautiful Girl. Secondly, the artist whose nickname is the Tennessee Plowboy and whose hits include Make the World Go Away. Give you a few seconds to think about those two answers before you give them to me. A couple of nicknames of a couple of country superstars. The artist whose nickname is the Silver Fox and whose hits include The Most Beautiful Girl.
Daniels?
No, it's Charlie Rich. Charlie Rich, our old war buddy from Memphis, Tennessee. And the artist whose nickname is the Tennessee Plowboy and whose hits include Make the Girl go away. Make the World Go Away. You know who that is, anybody? Eddie Arnold. Very good. The producer got it. Give you $50 later for that one, Alan. Let's move the categories around. Sam, it's your turn to make your first selection. Where's it going to be?
Wink, let's try opera in the center.
In the center again, this time on opera. Although this Austrian composer is known as the Waltz King, he wrote several operas. One of those operas has a title which means the bat in German. First, name the composer, and then name the opera. Think about it for a few seconds. Sam, this Austrian composer is always known as the Waltz King. He wrote several operas, and one of the operas has a title which means the bat in German. First, name the composer.
Strauss.
Right, name the opera.
Die Fledermaus.
That is correct. Or Die Fledermaus. And opera gets an O. We put $300 in the pot, and we'll come back in just a moment. Some people say Die Fledermaus. My answer card said Die Fledermaus. It probably doesn't matter.
Well, I don't speak German, so it was my best.
Some people say tomatoes, some people say tomatoes, some people say potatoes, some people say potatoes.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Some people can't remember the answers.
That's right. I'm glad you said that. $5,400 you've won so far, and that ain't bad. See y'all next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Gifts offered to special guests of Tic Tac Dough include La Phone's telephone answering system with dual cassette, voice-activated control, message counter, and remote beeper. Cordless phone with up to 600-foot range. Last number redial and intercom from Unical. Some of our departing contestants will receive Chewy's, the unique beef-hide treat that's good for your dog. Chewy's is high in protein, low in fat. Chewy's also helps keep teeth clean. Also, Sparkling Extra Dry Champagne is in a class by itself. Bold and daring, very mellow. Champagne taste without the champagne price. Sparkling Extra Dry Champagne from Iroquois brands. Plus, if you want beautiful hair, use Salon Formula Jerry Redding Milk and Honey Shampoo. Designed to keep your hair soft and silky. Jerry Redding from the salon to you. Tic Tac Dough is a Jack Barry and Dan Enright production.